Hello, everyone. My name is Matt Aran from Aran Academic Planning. This is another installment of our virtual information session series, where I'm joined by mission representatives from schools all across the United States, Canada, and Europe. These schools represent a wide variety of types, whether it's a small liberal arts college, a huge flagship research institution, religiously affiliated schools, women's colleges, men's colleges, and everything in between. And tonight I am joined by Jessica from Ithaca. So, Jessica, why don't you go ahead and take it away for us, please?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Matt. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Jessica Kowalewski Dietrich. I'm the Senior Associate Director for Recruitment Strategy here at Ithaca. I've been with Ithaca as of July 2026, will be 16 years. Yikes. I actually reside off campus. I'm based in the New York City area, so about 5 hours from campus. That's where much of my recruitment work has taken place. But I am so excited to be connecting with you all today. We're going to spend approximately 30 minutes together. I'm going to take you through some information about the college, our offerings, and our admission process. And I encourage you to reach out if you have questions beyond this session. I'll make sure to provide both my contact information, but also instructions on how you can join our mailing list if you're not already on there. So with that, let's get started. So Ithaca College is based in the Finger Lakes region of New York State. We're approximately 3 hours from both Albany and Buffalo, and closer to 4 hours from the New York City and Philadelphia areas, closer to about 6 hours from both the Boston and Pittsburgh area. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a sense of where we are in the Northeast. IC, as we refer to it, was founded in 1892, originally as a music conservatory, and we have grown into now a medium-sized comprehensive college that is grounded within the liberal arts. We have approximately 4,200 undergraduate bachelor's degree seeking students and an additional 400 graduate level students pursuing master's or doctoral degrees. And our population is quite diverse. Our students come to Ithaca from literally all over the globe. So as a result, we're predominantly a residential campus and community. The majority of our students live on campus, and we are very well-rounded academically. We offer close to about 70 different unique majors. We may actually be going over 70 as we introduce some new programs in this upcoming fall 2026. About 70 plus minors across 5 different schools. Our average class size is about 18. Student to faculty ratio is 11-1. So students often like to say that we're that perfect size. We're not overwhelmingly large, but we are still large enough to have many of the resources that go along with attending a somewhat larger university. We also offer those small size classes that allow students to get to know their professors, and they really have, therefore, a very personalized academic experience. So Ithaca's varying programs typically live in one of our 5 schools. So those schools consist of our School of Business, the Park School of Communications, our School of Health Sciences and Human Performance, our School of Humanities and Sciences, and our founding school, which is our School of Music, Theater, and Dance. And students are actually encouraged to go between the schools. So they take very different interdisciplinary coursework between those schools. We'll actually often see students pursue major and minor combinations across those different schools in an arrangement that works well for them. So each student will also concurrently pursue what's referred to as our integrative core curriculum. So that allows for an academic experience that's grounded in the liberal arts, regardless of that student's major. One of our more unique programs that I like to highlight, where we actually see the largest cohort of our first year students start with us, is what's called our exploratory program. And that is what we have in place for students at Ithaca who are unsure of their major. But unlike coming into college undecided or undeclared, our exploratory students are actually guided with expert advisement. They receive mentorship from our faculty, staff, and even current students who they themselves were undecided when they arrived. And it's all in the efforts of finding that right fit combination of programs that's going to meet that student's unique needs. So similar types of programs that we have based in exploration actually exist in the varying schools at Ithaca. So that would include our Business Pathways program, our Park Pathways program in communications, our Pre-Health Professions program in that health sciences school, among others. So I mentioned Ithaca was originally founded as a music conservatory. We are guided by those principles of theory, practice, performance, we like to say. So we know when studying music that a student will actually learn best through active practice. So this is an approach that's applied across all of our programs, regardless if you're studying music or not. So we have many facilities on our campus to help support hands-on learning. So this would include things like over 100 laboratory spaces where our students are actively engaged in research. We have over 70 music and performing arts spaces, over 4 clinics on campus that serve our public community in fields such as physical and occupational therapy, athletic training, and speech and hearing. We have student-run television and radio stations, various internship availability, and the list goes on and on. So we have over 1,000 students at Ithaca who are also pursuing double majors or multiple minors. Most students actually settle in on that exact academic arrangement that works for them after they arrive to campus. They begin having these hands-on experiences. They sit in on classes and they get to know what it is that they're truly passionate about. So I know as a prospective student, it can be really challenging at this point in time that you're probably feeling some pressure to decide on that career path right now. But we really believe at Ithaca, this is going to be an evolution of sorts. So we adhere to this belief that your interests they're going to evolve. They're going to change as you grow. And we've always wanted to be an institution that was set up to meet students' needs as they progress through their education and as those changes take place. Our faculty also take a real active mentorship approach to working with students. They're extremely hands-on. Many of them have worked professionally in their respective field before coming to the college to teach. And again, that small average class size of about 20 students allow our faculty to get to know their students personally. So oftentimes students are going to cultivate long-lasting relationships with their professors that span beyond the classroom. Faculty mentor students through research projects. They assist with internship searches. You'll even have faculty who have their students over their homes for dinner. It's really a unique bond to have with your professors, and it's just one of the many examples of many close-knit relationships that you're going to find while you're at IC. So I know I'm one perspective. I have a few short videos here as well. I'm going to transition to that first one here, where you can hear a little bit more about that academic experience from some others in our community.
Our roots being founded as a music conservatory really helped lay the framework for what's considered to be really good education. And that is oftentimes that you have this notion of theory, practice, and perform. You study the theory of whatever you're studying to be able to understand the concepts. You do some practice to be able to make sure that you have the skill sets to be able to understand and/or actually do what you're talking about. And then we ask you to perform those things. The great thing about Ithaca College faculty is they're all well versed in this idea of theory, practice, perform. We want our students to be able to do, not just to know, but to do.
I definitely have seen professors to be the most impactful people here at Ithaca for students, not only in their careers, but really in their day-to-day lives.
I had so many great mentors who have really helped me along the way. I can't give enough credit to the hands-on experience that I received here at IC.
Exploratory students come to college honest about the fact that they're seeking and searching and trying to find the right academic path for themselves so that they can pick a major that lines up their values, their interests, and their personality with their academic pursuit. Students are combining what they're learning in the classroom with their real-world experiences, and the college is really making that possible. That's part of our DNA. And we know that integrative thinking is where innovation and problem solving and creativity come from. And that's the future. That's the skill that our students are going to need to be able to thrive here and when they leave us.
When students are done with Ithaca College, they are ready to do things, and they've demonstrated they can do those things. And that's one of the real benefits and one of the real trademarks of an Ithaca College education.
So I hope you can grasp from that video that we consider ourselves a really dynamic learning environment. As featured in this photo, we're located on South Hill in Ithaca, New York. We overlook Lake Cayuga, which is one of the Finger Lakes. And this photo also gives you a sense of physical size of our campus. Really, it's easy to navigate on foot. We're about a mile from the downtown city area of Ithaca, which I'll expand a little bit upon. We have a fantastic relationship with the city of Ithaca as well. We also provide a variety of supports for our students. So you'll see on this slide some of the different departments our students will have access to from day one. And our students will work to receive support, that will fit their unique needs. So we work hard to provide this support and to our students to enhance their intellectual and personal growth. We also offer support in the form of employment support for both on and off campus positions, as well as professionally through internship searches and job placement post-graduation. We also offer support in various areas within student life. So really, it's not just our goal to have you be successful academically, but holistically while you're at IC. Housing is guaranteed to our students for all 4 years of enrollment. About 85% of our undergraduates live on campus, and they also have support in the form of resident assistants who are upperclassmen that will live on the floor of your residence hall, in addition to professional staff who reside in the residence halls 24/7. So you have professionals and peers to turn to should you ever need anything at that residential level. All of our first year students live in what's called the first year residential experience, and that's done intentionally so that we can work with students to help them make a successful transition to the college community. We have very small student to RA ratios. We do a lot of programming to help our new students meet one another and to begin engaging in their community. The first year residential experience also engages in theme-based housing. So our students actually choose a theme that resonates with them. And then they have that initial connection to other students living within the same theme from the second that they move in. Our upperclassmen also have the option to live in apartment or townhouse style housing that's located right on campus. Food is also very important to us at Ithaca. So we do have some large scale dining halls. We offer a variety of different food a la carte options spread throughout campus. We don't actually have a traditional third-party dining services provider. We operate our food services all in-house, which is a little bit different, but that allows us to partner with local vendors and restaurants to provide some amazing options to our students. So we're also easily able to accommodate students who may have any kind of dietary restrictions or preferences. So for example, we have vegan, vegetarian, allergen-free, and kosher options available on campus. One of my personal favorite experiences was I was actually able to take a cooking class with our head chef. We were taught how to make pierogies on that day. Very fun. So just the experience shows how accessible, available our food service providers are. Ithaca offers over 30 different music ensembles. We also put on 20 theater productions annually. So we are honoring those music conservatory roots, those arts roots, if you will. And these are actually open to music and theater majors and non-majors alike. So regardless of your area of study, the arts absolutely has a presence on our campus. It's a way to honor our traditions or our origins, I should say, as being founded as a music conservatory. And we are a Division III varsity athletic school. Ithaca now has 28 Division III NCAA teams. We compete in the Liberty League. We also offer club sports and intramurals and a very well-equipped recreation center that is open to all students. Beyond this, though, we have over 150 student organizations and clubs that our students can explore joining. So it is a really active campus and community, and students can get involved in a way that makes sense for them. I mentioned previously that we have an excellent relationship with the city of Ithaca. Our location in Ithaca, New York is actually recognized as being one of the top college towns in the country, with both the presence of Ithaca College and Cornell University. We're only about a mile apart from one another. CNN, in fact, just ranked Ithaca, New York as the best town to visit in America in 2025. So we'll take it. At any one time, though, you'll find close to about 30,000 undergraduates in our area. So the town has really embraced this identity of being this college town. So as a result, there are fantastic restaurant options. There's actually more restaurants per capita in Ithaca than there are in New York City. Excellent foodie town, if that's what you're into. There are also festivals that are featured throughout the year. So in the fall, we'll have our classic Apple Festival. We also have Ithaca Fest, which is a live music festival. We have a chili cook-off. There's an ice festival, so we're embracing the upstate New York weather. So you name it, we have a festival going on every year. But there are numerous fantastic ways to take advantage of the area is the key takeaway here. And I can't forget to mention that Ithaca is gorgeous. That is our phrase, our saying. And the natural outdoor space around our campus is often taken advantage of by our whether that be through hiking, or even incorporating that into their coursework. So studying outside when you're pursuing a class in geology or environmental studies. It is a stunning, beautiful place to be. So with that, I'm going to transition to a second short video just to give you a better sense of place of the Ithaca area.
One of the things that makes Ithaca special, without question, is the location where Ithaca finds itself. It's an area of natural beauty, and when you have natural beauty, my theory has always been it inspires creativity and learning.
Ithaca is this extremely vibrant, colorful community. I think it's just this really great place to be young, and I always say that because I go downtown and I see sort of the community that exists there.
The town of Ithaca itself is pretty unique because you have a lot of different populations coming together in one. So I would say that diversity is a huge piece of it.
It's one of the best communities to be at, given its size, because it makes it manageable, but also provides amazing opportunities for growth. And we try to encourage students as much as possible to take what they're learning here on campus and apply that to real-life experiences. And one of the ways in which they can do that is by volunteering, is by interning, is by simply being present in the greater Ithaca community.
It's not only what you can do, where you can eat.
You just can't possibly not explore the natural side of things when you're here. I think that's really important, that you have both this really cool college on your hands, but also this whole downtown area and all of the gorges and the lake and everything. And you can go out and try whatever you want.
What Ithaca offers is kind of the sense that you're not isolated, but that you have your own space. We certainly have our own space up here as far as campus goes, up on South Hill. Students are very involved on campus, and I think what that does is that creates a sense of the campus community is made out of what students put into it.
There's just something for everyone.
Skipping ahead too far there. All right, so now you've heard the saying, Ithaca is gorgeous and you know why. But Ithaca also gives the opportunity for students to take their learning off campus. We have satellite locations in Los Angeles and London, with these programs taking the approach of integrating internship experiences while students are residing in those areas. We also offer study abroad opportunities in more than 50 countries internationally, and approximately 30% of our population studies abroad. Any student in any academic major or program can study abroad if they have that desire. And I've mentioned it a few times, but internships really are a cornerstone of our approach to teaching and learning, as again, it's our belief you're going to learn best through experience. So our faculty are instrumental in networking, but students will also work very closely with our Center for Career Exploration and Development. They will work with students through all components of that job and internship search process. So they want to see students as early as their first year to start carving out a plan, refining your resume, taking a professional headshot, and preparing you for that professional interview experience. There is flexibility around traveling and leaving the campus or Ithaca area to pursue many of these opportunities listed, but there's quite a robust, I would say, industry and startup, especially environment in the Ithaca area that our students take advantage of too. And we're also known for having an extremely close-knit and robust alumni network. And we've now carved out many paths for our alumni to remain, I would say, connected to the college, but also become mentors to our current students. So we have now over 70,000 alumni spread across the globe. I will tell you, I'm connecting to you from right outside the New York City area. Again, that's where a lot of my work takes place. When I ride the subway in New York City and I wear something Ithaca branded, I am always stopped by somebody who either attended themselves, maybe their children are enrolled or recent graduates, but I think it just showcases, again, how far spread that network is. So combining our alumni network with the professional grade internship experiences, our graduates are extremely successful coming out of college. So they have close to a 90% placement rate into full-time employment or into graduate school programs within 6 months of graduation. I think some other stats that are important to note that just showcase that success component. Our health sciences graduates have some of the highest pass rates on their licensing exams. So, for example, physical therapy graduates have a 98% pass rate on that licensing exam. Our music education majors have a 100% placement rate into the field within a year. We have had many a Fulbright scholarship recipient. The list goes on, but I think, again, the key takeaway is that our graduates are finding themselves prepared and successful in placement after graduation. So I hope that this is all exciting information for you. I'm going to touch now upon the actual application process and what you can anticipate there. Ithaca College utilizes both the common application and the coalition application. And these are the application types you can anticipate utilizing when time comes for you to apply. We don't prefer one over the other. We do offer 3 deadlines for fall admission, those being early decision, early action, and regular decision, as you're seeing on your screen. But just note that not all of these applicant plans are open to all of our program options. So those in particular are performing arts applicants in that School of Music, Theater, and Dance for programs that require additional screening, typically in the form of a pre-screen and/or an audition or interview. Those options are going to be a bit more restricted, simply because of the nature of scheduling those and when we're able to carry those out. So those exact deadlines for those programs are going to be determined both by the program or major that your student is applying into, and also in the case of music, their instrumentation. So you can find more of these details and information on our website, or you can always reach out to us and we can walk you through some of that information as well. So what is it that we consider? So we engage in a very holistic application review process. We look predominantly at a student's academic transcript in the context of the school that they attend, the coursework that's offered and taken through their school, and the rigor of that student's curriculum. So generally speaking, we're going to look for a solid B+ to an A student coming out of high school. That's about a 3.3, 3.4 GPA on a 4.0 scale. And for a transfer applicant, about a 3.0 GPA from their most recent, or rather their cumulative college level work. We've been a test optional college since 2012. I like to say that we were trendsetters in that regard. We do not require the SAT or ACT. We will not be moving into any space where we do require it. So we are purely test optional. We also focus on things like engagement outside the classroom, letters of recommendation, essay and writing abilities, and we also look at how the student is engaging with us throughout the admission process. Ithaca offers both merit and need-based types of financial assistance. We are committed to investing merit scholarship in every student admitted to the college. We do require that students file either the free application for federal student aid, better known as FAFSA, or an Ithaca College financial aid application if you are not eligible to file FAFSA. So notably, if you're an international applicant. We also have scholar programs, which are academic enrichment programs. Other places may refer to them as honors programs. We refer to them as scholar programs at Ithaca. They do require separate applications, and they are accompanied by an additional scholarship. So those scholar program applications typically go live October, leading of a student's, I'd say, senior year of high school, leading into then that fall application, and will become available once the student applies to Ithaca College, again, utilizing either the coalition application or the common application. And those deadlines typically are December 1st. We also have something called our Presidential Scholarship. We just launched this past cycle. That is a full tuition and fees scholarship, again, by application only, but you'd have to apply to the college first. Has an earlier deadline of November 1st. So just keep in mind some of these deadlines. So upon applying to the college, applications for scholar programs will become available, and Ithaca is committed to keeping our education affordable to students. So through what we call the Ithaca Commitment, we strive to make this financial aid and scholarship process as transparent and frankly as easy as possible. So we provide students with a 4-year financial forecast that puts a percentage cap on any future tuition increases that a student may incur while they're enrolled with us. So in this approach, students are aware of their cost of their education, not just during their first year, but each subsequent year that follows. Upon receipt of your financial aid package, you also have the ability to make a one-on-one virtual appointment with one of our financial aid counselors. They will walk you through your package more thoroughly so that you understand it fully. And then finally, Ithaca offers free, what we call IC Advantage online courses during the summer before your first semester at IC. We're actually gearing up to get started with those right now as I'm recording this. It's June, so July is when those get started. And additional credits from through IC Advantage are available at a discounted rate, but that first course is free for you. So really the idea here is by taking IC Advantage, it's the idea is that you're able to perhaps become more familiar with our academic expectations and also begin to meet other students, forming and cultivating relationships with others in our community. So what's next? First off, I invite you to connect with me beyond today or any of our admission counselors directly. We do have on Ithaca College's website our Find My Admission Counselor feature. I will attest we take a very team-based approach, so don't worry. If technically you're not assigned to me, you're welcome to contact me at any point in time, but you could very easily then input your high school, for example, or the country of which you live in, and it will generate for you who your quote unquote assigned admission counselor is. But don't worry, we all work together, we all communicate, so you can contact any of us and we are happy to engage with you in that way. That makes sense for you. I also invite you to, of course, engage with us further beyond this session. So visiting campus, whether that be in person or virtually, absolutely an option. You can visit our website, which is www.ithaca.edu/visit to explore all of our different visit options. So at this point, I'm going to transition to our last video. It's my favorite of the three. And at that point, I will share my contact information once that's completed so that you can get in touch with me beyond today. But this one's going to focus on our student outcomes and where they're headed after IC.
I do feel like I learned from some of the best in the industry, and I think the classroom experience I got at Ithaca is one of the most unique.
Ithaca College gave me the opportunity to learn more about myself and to learn how I can use my passion for theater as a career.
Second semester freshman year journalism research. My final project was a 22-page magazine article on small-scale wind turbines in upstate New York. That was the first time I was like, I'm a journalist. I'm not studying journalism, I am a journalist, and I'm writing about issues that I think are really important that people really need to know about.
Ithaca College has really facilitated my growth not only as a student but just as an individual, and really fostered that need to be an advocate and a healthcare professional who's willing to go above and beyond to help the people they see in the community.
The good thing about Ithaca is that it allows you to connect your career goals to see if it's really what you want to do. So it was through Ithaca where I was able to see, oh, this is definitely not what I want to do, and oh, but this is exactly what I want to do.
The kettle shell was an idea that I came up with my business partner, Brian Recker. I went into school thinking I was going to be a doctor in physical therapy, and I graduated as CEO of a company. And I wouldn't be able to do that without the help of Ithaca College and the support I've received along the way.
I've learned from some of the best people, and I'm excited and nervous, but like ready to see what happens after this.
That one always makes me tear up a little bit. So at this point, I'm just gonna share a new screen so that you can see my contact information. So again, I invite you to be in touch with me at any point in time. Actually, get this going. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Okay, just a sec. So that you can contact me beyond today. The QR code as well as the link is if you would like to join our mailing list. But again, please don't hesitate to be in touch with me if you have any questions beyond today. And please feel free to provide us with your information if you want to keep in touch. But at this point, I'm going to pass it back to you, Matt. Thank you for having me.
Thanks a bunch, Jessica. some quick questions. It's probably mostly going to pertain to the performing majors, right? 'Cause when I think of
Sure.
Ithaca, those are the ones that kind of immediately come to mind because of all the acting alums, broadcasters, all those folks you hear about their IC students and alumni. For that process, you said there are different deadlines to accommodate the audition schedules and things like that. So when it comes to the review process, are there specific liaisons within y'all's office that handle those applicants, or is it still going to be, or they pass it off to the actual, I guess, faculty or staff affiliated with those specific programs? Does
Yeah,
that make sense?
that's a great question. So it's actually, I'd say both.
Okay.
So you do have, I would say, a point of contact that you can find on that Find Your Admission Counselor website. I'd say that's a good first point of contact, if you will. We also have a liaison in our Center for Music and our Center for Theater and Dance that
Mhm.
when we get into some of the real nuance that's part of that audition component, that is the content expert. So I know that if I'm speaking to a student and they're looking for some real detailed information, I will always refer them. So know that
Mhm.
we can refer that student on if we need to, or if their questions are that detailed. But we're happy to address those in the admission office and again work in that collaborative way.
Okay. And then you also mentioned just the sheer number of performances you
Yeah.
offer, but that it's open to majors and non-majors alike. So I was
Hmm.
wondering for those non-music or theater majors that might, I guess, seem a bit intimidated if they're be performing with those folks that have been programmed to do this since day one, right?
Yeah.
Is it almost kind of like with athletics where you have the intercollegiate, then you have club intramurals, or do you have non-majors still involved in those, I guess, the highest level productions alongside those music and theater majors too?
Yeah, we have had non-majors right alongside them.
Okay.
One of the professors that I'm close to on campus, she attends a lot of my admission events, and she speaks to this story where she attended one of our main stage productions, and the lead was a physics major, and she was amazing. And everybody asked, "Where have you been?" And she's just was like, "In the lab." So it is absolutely a feasible. I know it can feel intimidating, but if there's not, it doesn't feel like there's an exclusivity in
Okay.
from the department to the rest of the population. It's quite integrated.
Yeah. And my final question is going to be academic still, but there's another university. I don't know if I'm able to name it on this call in Ithaca, but it's a larger campus, right? And I was wondering, do y'all have specific agreements with them on things that aren't offered at IC that I'll just say it. You can reprimand me later. Cornell has at their
Yeah.
campus, whether it's engineering, more of the lab side, like more of the agricultural majors. How do y'all kind of interact with Cornell in that college town setting?
Sure. So no need to skirt around it. We work
Okay.
collaboratively quite a bit. Cornell, I think I actually dropped their name during our session too to speak to the college town environment. Yes, so there are a number of ways that we collaborate with them. We have what's called the ICCU Exchange Program, where
Mhm.
students from each campus can go to the alternative campus to take classes. So
Okay.
you, as an Ithaca College student, can take up to 12 credits at Cornell. The only restriction on that being it would be coursework that's not offered at home base because you would naturally be taking it at your home institution.
Mhm.
Another example, we have the 3-2 physics engineering program where we partner with a number of different colleges for those 2 years, one of which is Cornell, but there are
Mhm.
others, predominantly in I'd say the upstate New York area, but there's flexibility there in terms of the partner institution. But you see our students go between the campuses even to attend events, for example, or if there's, sporting events, concerts, speaker series, things like that. And there's a shuttle system that makes the area so easy to access too, that
Mhm.
you see students kind of going between the two quite a bit. We're only a mile apart, but ironically enough, it's like an easy 10-minute drive because you're up and down hills
Yeah.
all the way. So, yeah.
Okay. Great. So as you can see on the screen here, there's Jessica's information as well as the QR code to access the mailing list. And as she mentioned, you're able to find other I guess your appropriate counselor based on your geographic area. So I think that's where we'll stop from now. So on behalf of Jessica and myself, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you so much, Matt. Have a great day, everyone.